fake candles. I know
It's gonna light the bag on fire.
Who is it? Who are you? You an angel?
That's it.
Lazy boy is to blueberries what otter is to strawberries.
No. What about it?
It's a cidery that
Oh
she's
no.
obsessed with.
No, I.
Good morning. So, last video left off, I was just arriving in Leavenworth. I got there about a day ahead of the rest of the group, and then I ended up, when they got into town, we got a hotel, and we were there in Leavenworth for a couple of nights, and then we ended up going down, or up to Wenatchee. We were there for about 4 nights. Storm front came in. Most of the group wasn't comfortable with going out in it. So we waited it out, skipped ahead a bit. A couple of people did go, and it was actually, the weather was so bad, they had to turn around about a day in. All their stuff got soaked, their puppies, their comforter, their tent was flooded. It was a pretty dangerous situation, so they turned around, came back, and met up with us in Wenatchee. I guess we made the right call in that regard. This morning we, after Wenatchee, we went to Chelan for one night, and then this morning we went from there, and then we took a ferry up here to Stehekin, which is the last town basically before the border, and then we took a shuttle ride bus up to the trailhead, which is where we are right now. It would have been a 12-mile road walk, and luckily the bus just came back for us. The ferry unloaded like 20-something hikers like right as the shuttle was leaving, so they came back to do another trip for us, which is really nice. We are about 80 miles from the border right now. This is like it. This is the final push. I've got some food. It should only take maybe 4 or 5 days to get there, but then we have to turn right around and go back down about 30 miles to Hart's Pass. And then from there, that's kind of up in the air exactly what we're going to do. We're trying to arrange a shuttle pickup, or maybe hitch down to Mazama, and then from there we can go back to Seattle, and then from Seattle fly out. Seattle is going to be kind of like a last hurrah little hiker party. Not sure how much of that I will be able to stay for, unfortunately. I've already got my ticket back. That's for October 9th. Today's the 1st. We should be back in Seattle by then, but maybe we'll just be getting in the 8th, maybe the 7th if you're lucky. And also I am very, very short on funds, so I don't think I'd be able to stay an extra few days in Seattle anyway. Trip is coming to an end pretty shortly. I'm not sure if this will be the last video, or I might maybe I'll split it up into 2 or 3 parts, and release them maybe every couple of days instead of weekly. It's starting to get a little emotional. People are kind of, we're here, kind of realize this is the end. It's a few people, back there crying together and stuff, so. Yep, I'm feeling it a little bit too. I've already been off the trail for about a month or so before I came back, so I had a little bit of time to process it, but it's still, being back together with the group again, having a lot of fun. It's still going to be sad saying goodbye to all of them again, and this time I will have to say goodbye to all of them, in person. So I'm sure to get a bit emotional. But yeah, I will update. You know, I'll put something about the future of the channel and like the content I'll put on here and stuff going forward. I'll talk more about that, like maybe post trip or whatever. But yeah, so right now we're just kind of hanging around, repacking our stuff. It's already like 3:30. There's a campground about 5 miles in, so that's probably what we're gonna aim for today. Yeah, weather's not too bad for now. Forecast is relatively clear. So yeah, this is our window. This is it. Okay, so made it to the campground. I didn't record much because it was mostly just a green tunnel. It opened up a little bit, but there were people behind me, so I couldn't really stop. Also, I was just kind of pushing, like, through the climb, and just I wanted to see, like, how much my body had healed. And yeah, it was only 5 miles. I didn't stop. It was just a straight shot. I actually averaged about 3.75 miles an hour, which is kind of crazy. I did, unfortunately, I did a little hop over a creek, and I think I tweaked the hip flexor. But it is not as bad as day one when I came back to the trail. When I was like limping, this is manageable. It hurts if I lift my leg up, but it's not as bad as it was. Like, still usable. So I think I'm okay. I'm hoping that by tomorrow it'll heal up. I'll take some ibuprofen. It is nice to be back here, back out on the trail. Just 5 miles, but yeah, it's pretty nice out here. Supposedly there's supposed to be some cabins around. I'm not sure what this is. I just looked at the outside. It said it was like property of the rangers or whatever, so I don't think that's the camping cabin, but I don't see any other cabins here, so might explore a little bit. Just wait for a few more in the group to show up. Yeah, it's gonna be I mean, it's not even 6 o'clock yet, so it's gonna be a short day. I think the plan is to kind of do like a little group game night. We brought code names that we packed out, so it's like a board game. And I have like a liter of vodka, so we'll probably hopefully get through some of that. And yeah, food wise, I have about a week's worth, which is what most people are carrying, but I only have maybe 4-ish days of good food, so I'm going to try to ration that out, so I'm not just eating, crap at the end. So tonight will probably just be like ramen or something. Yeah, it is nice to be back. I am feeling much better. Yes. Forgot to mention the mileage. So when we left the trailhead, it was mile 2573. We're now at 2578. So, yep, less than 100 miles to go. See you tomorrow. Good morning. Just leaving camp, mile 2578. It's about 8 a.m. Goal today is to get to camp at about 18 miles. It's kind of a climb today. It's going to be pretty much all uphill. I think like 6,000 feet. So it's you have to go past Rainy Pass, I believe it's called. Oh, so yeah, pretty chill night. Like I said, it's only 5 miles. And most people got there before dark, and we pretty much just ate dinner and chatted and went to bed. Pretty laid back. think a lot of people are still a little emotional, so I think kind of have to sort of ease back into just like the trail life, since we've been off it for about a week. Sort of a lunch spot designated, about 11 miles, so I'd shoot for that. But yeah, just walking out in the Washington forest. It's cold, a bit gray, but no drizzle or rain so far. There's supposed to be a chance of a little bit of precipitation in a couple of days, but right now, not too bad. And it's chilly, but it's not freezing, so. Oh wow. Nice little snow-capped mountain up there. Okay, yep. Now it's 15 miles for any pass, so yeah, I'm feeling better. My leg is hip flexor. No issues there right now. Still I got this sort of nagging ache in the back of my calf, but I don't think it's influencing my hiking too much. It's not painful yet. It held up yesterday, so I'm just hoping that kind of carries me through the rest of the week. Okay, it's a little bit before 12. Just made it to the designated lunch spot, but there's some water here, but it's just not a very good site. It's pretty cramped. So I think I'm going to push ahead, maybe about a mile or so. There should be like a full creek, possibly a bridge or something, and that probably be a little bit more open. Yeah, like I said, it's not even noon yet, so I think I could push forward another extra half hour or so. I'll scratch that. Went a little bit further, came across this nice little creek, strong flow, bit of space to sit down, so yeah, I think I'll just stop here. Still got a bit of a climb ahead. 7 miles to go, so yeah. Rest up, get some calories. Okay, so left lunch a couple of miles back. From there, it was about 7 miles to go to the campsite, so probably around 5 or 6 now. Yeah, lunch was good, filled up, made myself a little Mio cocktail. It's just water, some lemonade Mio flavoring, and a bit of that vodka. Actually, not too bad. So yeah, about half the group maybe showed up, but they just kind of stopped there for to refill on water. They decided to go an extra mile or so to like a campground, which is more appropriate for bigger groups to stop and have lunch. But yeah, since I had already eaten, I just left them behind and off on my own. Yeah, it's about 1:40, so probably rolling the camp before 5. Been doing pretty well on time. It felt like I was going really slow, but when I got to the lunch spot, I calculated I was going about 3 miles an hour, which was like my usual average, so Yeah, not too bad. Okay, almost took the wrong trail for a second, I guess. For once, it's actually going downhill. So yeah, like I said, it's about six or so miles to go, but elevation-wise, the last couple of miles are supposed to be pretty steep, so not sure how that will affect things, but yeah, pretty calm day. Not much really going on. It's been overcast and just, you know, it's pretty much the same scenery. This is interesting. Probably have to put my phone away for this. Okay, well, just made it out to the road, which means I still have about 4 miles to go, but finally see some views, which is nice. Okay, so just left that parking lot off the highway. Probably going to be the last major sign of civilization for probably till after hitting the border. I think trail crosses Hart's Pass. That's kind of like the closest road I think we're going to exit from, but from what I hear, it's basically just like a gravel road. Some people in the group are trying to arrange transport from there, like getting someone to rent a van and come pick us up or something like that. We'll see. Hopefully that works out. But yeah, so they had some pit toilets there. Made use of that. Who knows when that's going to happen again. And yep, just starting this really long climb for the next 3.5 miles to camp. Okay, so got to camp before 4:30. So not too bad. It's a nice little spot. I haven't really explored it yet, but apparently there's these little side trails that might have some more places. But I'm here. I'm here first. Picked the flattest spot. I'm currently just kind of exploding everywhere as I cook dinner. Yeah, it was just a little bit difficult, but also kind of cruisy today. Like I said earlier, like I was averaging about 3 miles per hour for that first part to lunch. Slowed down a bit after once I started to climb, and there's just like so many freaking day hikers, both coming and going. I've never seen so many on the trail before. Yeah, that was slowing me down too. So yeah, I am just going to eat dinner, set the tent, and then not sure. I mean, just hang out, watch some YouTube. It is starting to get pretty cold. It's yeah, it's cold in the mornings. There's a little bit of time in the afternoon where it warms up a little bit, and then it's just cold again. So lets you keep pushing harder and longer because, yeah, taking breaks just like is freezing. So it does feel a little colder than yesterday, and I'm pretty sure we're higher up too, so it's probably going to get down to be pretty chilly tonight. Not exactly sure. I haven't looked at the route for tomorrow, but pretty sure it's going back here somewhere, and probably because kind of like in this little valley, so we might be going over these mountains or something at some point. Yeah, that's it. It's still early, like it's not even 5 yet, so I am just going to eat dinner and rolling for the night. Good morning. Just leaving camp, mile 2596. Rest of the group's still back there. Down a little side trail from where I was camped, there was a much bigger tent site. A little bit better, but I'm glad I was where I was. Like, a little more isolated and more space to myself. Plus, I could see people coming in off the trail and direct them down to the other campsite. It is, well, we're shooting to do a big day today, about 21.3 miles, and I am not completely confident, both in, my ability. My leg was acting up yesterday. It was a pain just to get to that 18, but I still made it. Oh, on this, doing some ridge walking for the time being. Pretty nice views as opposed to yesterday. I think I saw something on the map, Cutthroat Peaks or something. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, just aiming to get to a river. It's about maybe 9 or 10 miles from here for lunch. Hang out there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a full hour there. But at least like half hour or something. Cook up some ramen. Nice little chill in the air. It was pretty cold last night. I've even with like all these layers and the puffy and the sleeping bag, there is a bit of shivering during the night, but it's manageable. Well, I didn't see a marker, but according to gut hooks, I've passed the 2,600 mile mark, which I guess doesn't really mean much, all the skips and everything, but still, it means I'm 50 miles from the border. Okay, about 6 miles to the lunch site. Got a little bit of a fog bank right here. It's got like a little mystical, spooky vibe to it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Okay, looks like I reached the top of a pass. Got the mist billowing over on this side, and over here see more mountains. Oh, it's been especially today, very beautiful section. Okay, it's about 12:20. Made it to the lunch spot. Cute little setup. Water should be right down there. And yeah, so make some lunch. It is all uphill after this. It's 10 miles of probably like 5,000 feet or so. So it's gonna be quite the climb. So I'm gonna try to get the calories I can. Okay, finished up lunch. It's about 1:30. Got about 9 miles or so to go to get to camp. About 3,500 feet climb or so, so not too bad, but Probably gonna take a little while. Going through my food at a pretty good clip, which is good because it lightens the load, but it's really just ramen and junk food. I have a couple of bagged meals left, but I'm spacing them out over the next few days. So today's Sunday. I was hearing the planning, and I think they were saying we're actually shooting to get to the border by Tuesday, which is coming up pretty quick. I think the plan is to slack pack it. We leave our bags at camp like 10 miles from the border, get there, tag it, head back for a 20-mile day, and then the next morning we start heading back towards Hart's Pass, where hopefully we should have a ride waiting for us. It's kind of the benefits of being in a group. These things, sometimes they work themselves out, which is nice. So yeah, right now I'm just like on a flat bit, but climb's gonna be starting pretty soon. Jesus Christ, fucking day hikers, man. I was crossing a bridge. It's like a couple lounging on the other side. And they had a couple of dogs with them. And, you know, they were like practically right on the trail. And just walking by them, and the dogs like started freaking attacking me. Like literally like taking nips out of my leg and shit. And they didn't even apologize. The people, not the dogs. Unbelievable. Well, definitely looks like I'm heading up there. Oh boy. Oh my god, this has been quite the climb. Basically started from down there. I'm slowly working my way up, just zigzagging. It does not come across well on camera, but this is like just like a sheer wall in front of me, but I can see the peak. Oh man, it's about 4:30. Hoping I can get there within an hour and a half. I mean, pain-wise, I'm doing pretty good. It's just, I guess, just general lack of energy. But even then, like, I've been more borked before, so this isn't too bad. It's just the willpower to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Oh, God, okay, so yeah, it's quite a feeling when you get into that mindset of just pushing forward. Yes, just feel like everything in you is telling you to stop and keep going, and then it finally opens up before you. Made it to the top. Oh god. Still have a couple of miles to go, I'm sure. Haven't really checked yet. Ooh. Probably a nice little viewpoint here. Oh, wow. I guess this is what all the pain is for. Okay, about 0.2 from the tent site, so pretty close. It's about 5:20. Okay, made it to the tent site. It's not ideal. I was feeling well enough to do some exploring, so that path went down the water, which is good because that whole climb, there's like no water, so if you follow that path, where I probably can't even see it, I put my trekking pole there. That just kind of goes down, and there's like a maze of little tent sites and a few bigger ones, but honestly, they're not much better than this. They're just like lots of roots, lots of rocks. So I'm just going to stay here. Pretty much, I bet when everyone else gets here, they'll probably just head down that way too. So just be out of the loop again, but I'd rather just stay here close to the trail, so easier to get back on in the morning without having to do this big climb on the camp. So yeah, I'm physically feeling okay. I'm going to set up the tent and make some dinner. It's about 6 o'clock. So yeah, I think I'll just turn in a little bit early and try to calculate what the plan is tomorrow.